You can agree or disagree with his policies, but when people cross that line who are in these positions of power and influence, they are actually undermining our democracy and our security in doing so.
You've referred 3 people now to DOJ for criminal prosecution. Do you think they will be prosecuted?
That's the goal.
And
the only way we bring about
cases
accountability is by doing the work of conducting these investigations. The Department of Justice and the FBI obviously have different tools that they can use in order to find the truth and to seek out that evidence so that we can actually prosecute these crimes.
Do the people know they've been referred? Like, do they still work here?
In some cases they know, in other cases they are likely not aware. We have another 11 cases that we are still conducting our own internal investigations around. Some will be sent to the Department of Justice for further investigation and prosecution for criminal charges, because it is a crime, it's a federal crime. And others, depending on the situation, will be dealt with internally, or where people will be fired and have their security clearance.
The fraudulent spending of $32 million out of the pockets of our American people and threw it down the drain to knowingly chase ghosts, all for political gain. This man occupied a position of the highest trust and authority. As chair of the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff launched an all-out political campaign built on baseless distortions against a sitting U.S. president at the expense of every single citizen in this country and the honor of the House of Representatives. With access to sensitive information unavailable to most members of Congress and certainly not accessible to the American people, Schiff abused his privileges claiming to know the truth, while leaving Americans in the dark about this web of lies. Lies so severe that they altered the course of the country forever. The fraudulent spending of
Look, we done found out where the kickbacks from Ukraine were going to, and both parties are guilty, the Democrats and the Reptilicans. Check it out.
Ukrainian officials released the kickback numbers they gave U.S. politicians. Joe Biden, 92 million.
Kickback.
Mitch McConnell, 89 million.
Kickback.
Nancy Pelosi, 86 million.
Kickback.
Chuck Schumer, 66 million.
Kickback.
Lindsey Graham, 82 million.
Kickback.
Mitt Romney, 71 million.
Kickback.
John Cornyn, 41 million.
Kickback.
Adam Schiff, 62 million.
Kickback.
Dan Crenshaw, 20 million.
Kickback.
Elizabeth Cheney, 77 million.
Kickback.
Kevin McCarthy, 42 million.
Kickback.
Now do you understand why they're out there screaming at the top of their lungs to get rid of Elon and Doge?
Kickback. When you give your money to Ukraine, you expect that. Kickback when you front like you give military aid. Kickback. It's the big kickback. I can do wheeling. I can do stealing. Yes, they can. But they don't do no damn feeling. I can dig slapping. They ready.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh boy, what's going on, family? I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. You just can't make this up. Shout out to Jennifer for sending this to me. But I'm just going through the comment section, and things are getting real spicy with these filthy elected officials, filthy politicians. It's a disgrace, man. And people ought to be walked out with their hands. Put your hands behind your back. They say, Rick, sir, I'm finna click off the damn video for you saying that. Stop saying that, Rick. Nobody's going to be held accountable. I gotta keep saying it, y'all. The power of the tongue. We've seen people get arrested already. The last couple of months, we've seen judges be arrested. We've seen Democrats be arrested. We got to keep saying it, they say. And we got to keep saying it. They say put some DW40. DW40 on them handcuffs. Them handcuffs make them brand new. I'm telling you. It makes those handcuffs brand new. I like me honestly. The handcuffs that were made in the 80s and 90s were the best ones. I'm just saying, look, they say, Rick, sir. Rick, sir. What the hell are you talking about, sir? It's WD-40. Sir, what the hell is DW-40, sir? What the hell is DW-40, sir? That's my new. Hey, that's that new one. I'm telling you, y'all. Them patrons should know, but they don't know. I'm telling you, y'all got to pick up on the new stuff that's coming up, man. Come on now, y'all. I know we all getting old, but we got to keep up now. Come on, family. Let's do it. But I'm reading the comment section. This they did is considered treason. Let us treat them accordingly. I don't think there's any dirtier politician in DC than Adam Schiff. They call him watermelon head. Trump says pencil neck. Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. Unless these people are convicted, sentenced, and actually sitting in prison cell, this is nothing but political theater. I'm a huge Donald Trumper. But if Adam Schiff is not prosecuted, I will be seriously disappointed. What do y'all think of that? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know. Schiff is the worst of the worst. Until people go to prison, it's all just talk. Nothing gets fixed if nobody goes to jail. Yeah. So that brings me into this video. Let's go and check it out, man. Huge shout out to Jennifer. I love you guys, man. It's been a crazy couple of days, couple of weeks. Things are getting spicier. Trump's doing exactly what he campaigned on. They hate it. We were against a great evil in this country. You know, it's just the bad man's orange. The orange man's bad. Dictator destroying America. Racist. Hitler. They want to make America white. What's the other ones we're hearing? I tell you. The white supremacy. It's just, you know, the fake news media won't ever tell anybody the truth. The fear mongering, the lies, the bias. Again, we're seeing things dropping down. Inflation has dropped an all-time low since 2021. This morning, we just seen the report. I'm pretty sure you all have, but guess what? They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about anything good that's going towards America and what Trump just secured with investments. Nothing. It's just the bad man is the orange bad man. You just can't make this up. I'm just saying. You know. You just can't make this up. He's doing exactly what he campaigned on. From the border, from everything. But it's just the bad man, the orange bad man. They're deporting American citizens. You know, and come to find out, the kids they sent with their parents that was illegal criminal aliens, you know. And the parents asked, could you please send my kid with me? Because if you don't send the kid, then, you know, the next report that comes out, oh, Trump is separating families. He's the big bad orange man. Elon Musk. You know, the Trump derangement syndrome we have in this country, the Musk derangement syndrome, at stages we never even seen before. A lot of people don't know what to believe. They don't know what's truth, what's BS. A lot of people going on with what they see, first thing that they see. The first thing that CNN tells them, MSNBC, the fake news media. So, hey, here we are. And there's a lot of other people that actually knows what's going on. And they can't trust the media. I wonder why. You know? And there's a lot of people that need to be walked out in handcuffs. I'm just saying, let's get into this.
The abundant hypocrisy of the left. Okay, so things might be ramping up here quite quickly. There's been a lot of demand for accountability going into this Trump term, and well, it seems we have someone at the Trump administration that's taking this concept a little bit seriously, and that's Tulsi Gabbard, who just dropped an absolute bombshell on Megyn Kelly's podcast. Tulsi Gabbard has her focus on the unholy duo known as Adam Schiff and John Brennan, and she's going absolutely scorched earth talking about criminal referrals and labeling them as domestic enemies. Apparently, she's already submitted 3 criminal referrals to the DOJ. So yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said things are getting quite interesting. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on here. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so let's first start off with this clip. Here's Tulsi Gabbard speaking to Megyn Kelly.
You can agree or disagree with his policies, but when people cross that line who are in these positions of power and influence, they are actually undermining our democracy and our security in doing so.
You've referred 3 people now to DOJ for criminal prosecution. Do you think they will be prosecuted?
That's the goal.
And
the only way we bring about
cases
accountability is by doing the work of conducting these investigations. The Department of Justice and the FBI obviously have different tools that they can use in order to find the truth and to seek out that evidence so that we can actually prosecute these crimes.
Do the people know they've been referred? Like, do they still work here?
In some cases they know, in other cases they are likely not aware. We have another 11 cases that we are still conducting our own internal investigations around. Some will be sent to the Department of Justice for further investigation and prosecution for criminal charges, because it is a crime, it's a federal crime. And others, depending on the situation, will be dealt with internally, or where people will be fired and have their security clearance revoked.
And of course, this is building on top of her viral clip from, I believe, back in January, or possibly during the 2024 election. I can't exactly remember, but I remember she was speaking about Adam Schiff and John Brennan in similar terms quite a while back, and it caused quite the noise on social media.
The mob that stormed the Capitol on January 6th to try to stop Congress from carrying out its constitutional responsibilities were behaving like domestic enemies of our country. But let's be clear. The John Brennans, Adam Schiffs, and the oligarchs in big tech who are trying to undermine our constitutionally protected rights and turn our country into a police state with KGB-style surveillance are also domestic enemies, and much more powerful and therefore dangerous than the mob that stormed the Capitol. Now, John Brennan said,
"So I know looking forward that the members of the Biden team who have been nominated or have been appointed are now moving in laser-like fashion to try to uncover as much as they can about what looks very similar to insurgency movements that we've seen overseas, where they germinate in different parts of the country and they gain strength, and it brings together an unholy alliance frequently of religious extremists, authoritarians, fascists, bigots, racists, nativists, even libertarians."
Now, President Biden, I call upon you and all members of Congress from both parties to denounce these efforts by the likes of Brennan and others to take away our civil liberties that are endowed to us by our Creator and guaranteed in our Constitution. If you don't stand up to these people now, then our country will be in great peril.
And so, yeah, you could say that she isn't mincing her words. She's not holding back at all. And I'd say there's substance behind those words, considering all of this is coming from a former Democrat, not to mention an extreme patriot and combat veteran. Now, if you listen to Democrats, they'll tell you, no, it's coming from a Russian agent. But of course, we know that's completely ridiculous. No, Tulsi Gabbard is a lifelong Democrat, and she is now taking aim at 2 major Democrat players, and now going on the record stating that the actions that Adam Schiff and John Brennan engaged in are not just unethical, but might be criminal. Now, I'm sure somebody on the other side would likely argue that there's no basis for that statement. It's simply an attack on Donald Trump's critics, right? But I'd argue that that is totally detached from reality. Let's start off with Adam Schiff, shall we? A man who's been lying and attempting to manipulate the public as he attempted to build a coup against a sitting president of the United States. You could call him the architect of the coup. This man lied through his teeth for years. He went on every network again and again telling the American people that he had more than circumstantial evidence that the president of the United States was colluding with Russia and was a Russian agent, and that was a total lie. The Mueller report then dropped. There was no criminal conspiracy, no charges, nothing. Then what did Adam Schiff do? He doubled down, faked transcripts, misled the public, cherry-picked classified intelligence, and attempted to spin it. He essentially used his privileged position as the chairman of the Intelligence Committee as a weapon gun against his political opponent, staging these political show trials, these impeachment trials, that were meant to attack and undermine the president. And not just attack the president with a small lie or mistruth in order to create a damaging scandal. No, he accused the president of being a traitor to the United States in his office, working with the Russians, and he engaged in a shadow coup which falsified evidence in order to get an illegal FISA warrant to then spy on Donald Trump. And he says that what he was engaging in was oversight. It's just oversight of the Trump administration. No, it was third world banana republic behavior. Not to mention him lying during the January 6th committee, presenting falsified edited videos, or lying about the Donald Trump Volodymyr Zelensky phone call during the first impeachment trial. Then we've got John Brennan, a man whose entire career has been built on whisper campaigns and shadow games. He was part of this whole ordeal, again showing up on the media calling Donald Trump treasonous, constantly pushing the Russia hoax, not because he had proof, but because his job as a CIA director was to destroy Donald Trump. Actually reminds me of that infamous Chuck Schumer clip.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were
I don't know.
John Brennan's job, essentially, is the intelligence enforcer. They create a false narrative to gaslight the American people,
Rachel
and then John
Maddow.
Brennan comes in with the CIA credentials to add credibility to the story. We saw the same thing with the Hunter Biden laptop story. Remember when they were claiming that it was a hoax, a Russian disinformation operation campaign? Well, as we know, former CIA official Mike Morell sent an email to John Brennan asking him to sign on to their phony letter where 51 former intelligence officials all signed on to claim that the Hunter Biden laptop story had all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation explicitly stated in that email to, quote, push back on the Trump campaign with. These guys pulled frauds on the American people, all in an effort to disrupt democracy and unseat a duly elected president. So Tulsi Gabbard's not grandstanding. It's not about Trump's revenge. This is about restoring the rule of law and restoring the public trust in American government and agencies. Schiff and Brennan are accused of abusing power, misleading the public, suppressing exculpatory evidence, and essentially turning America's national security apparatus into a political weapon of the Democrats. And the argument being made is that they violated laws with their FISA abuses, as well as civil rights violations. They abused their power, abused their offices, and abused the American people's trust, and they should absolutely be held accountable.
Put your hands behind your back.